So as a follow-up to my last video about how you shouldn't read marketing books, if you want to improve your writing, you should read fiction, I'm going to give you some of my top favorite fiction books. Also say hi to Dawson. Dawson and Luna are there. Okay, ready? So, Madeline Miller, The Song of Achilles. She also wrote a book called Circe. This is a retelling of Greek mythology. Okay, first of all, Greek mythology, those stories have been around for a long, long time, okay? So those in and of themselves are amazing because they've stood the test of time. She does a retelling. She does it from a different character's perspective, which I think is brilliant. And this book killed me. It killed me the way I sobbed when I read this book, but it is so good. And you know what's going to happen if you know the song, not the Song of Achilles, if you know the story of the Trojan War and blah, blah, blah. So good. Madeline Miller, anything by Madeline Miller. This book is fabulous. This is called A Beautiful Ruin. Who wrote this? Jess Walter wrote this, okay? This is old Hollywood. It's a story within a story within a story. That's my personal jam. I really love books that have different layers and then somehow Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, sorry. My low battery thing came on and I was like, oh no, not right now. Okay, anyway, so this book, it's a story within a story within a story. Fabulous book. Absolutely love it. I need to reread it because I read it a while ago, but it's beautiful. It's Italy. It's old Hollywood. It's modern day. I mean, it's a little bit of a mystery. Buy it. The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. This one is a really interesting format because it's all told through letters between the characters. So it takes place in post World War, and they made this into a movie that's on Netflix that you can watch, but I think the book is so amazing and the entire story is told and the events of the story are told just through these kind of letters that are going back and forth. So I figured this is actually kind of side benefit good for email writing because, I mean, email marketing, if you think about it, email is just an extension of and a progression of writing letters. Before email, people wrote letters. This one. This is by Mary Ann Schaefer and Annie Barrows. Oh, God, this book is heavy. This is okay. This is like I think most of the Ultimate Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is most of the books in that series. I love British humor, and this is a very funny book. I mean, you don't really need this whole big Mama Jamba one. You can just get the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and that's it. This is like all of them. But if you like British humor, if you are sort of into sci-fi but not really into sci-fi, this might be one to check out. This is by Douglas Adams. Didn't he write? No, yeah, Douglas Adams. Very funny, very inventive. Will help you write better copy. I keep saying it. Continuing with the British theme, if you are familiar with that character Jeeves, you remember when before Google we used to use this thing called Ask Jeeves? You remember that? So Jeeves is actually a character from British pop culture, and there's an amazing show. It's called Bertie. Is it called Wooster and Jeeves? Wooster and Jeeves or Bertie and Jeeves? Anyway, Bertie's the main character. Jeeves is his butler, and Jeeves knows everything and solves all of the conundrums and situations that Bertie gets himself into. This is a retelling, not a retelling, but it's kind of an extension. So this guy, Ben Schott, he wrote stories in the style of P.G. Wodehouse and in the style of Jeeves. So this is Jeeves and the King of Clubs. This is a laugh out loud funny. Again, if you like British humor, absolutely hilarious. Endless hijinks. Good one. And then the last is by Haruki Murakami. He's my favorite author. I pretty much own every single one of his books. I've read most of his books. He's a Japanese writer, so all of these are translated. This is a book of short stories, which is the first thing that I ever read by him. It's called The Elephant Vanishes. He's an acquired taste, so I would start with this. However, what I love about this man is the way that he writes things that are kind of a blend of like magical surrealism, not quite sci-fi or fantasy, but there's an element of surreal to what he writes, but he writes it in such a matter-of-fact language. His language is very straightforward. It's not very flowery, but his observation skills are amazing. The way that he describes things. And then what I really like about him too is that he has these running themes throughout all of his books. You know, I like a good theme, okay? That's my signature program for my clients is all about, it's called Know Your Theme, because I think if you know your theme in business, it just makes everything amazing. Anywho, so in all of his books, there are cats. The people, the protagonists usually own a cat. At some point, they're going to make spaghetti. They usually like to cook. And he also has a lot of references to classical music, because Murakami is a music fan, classical music fan. So he has plenty of books. What's another one good? Another one good. Wow, I really need to go to bed. A Wild Sheep Chase is one of my favorites. It's totally nonsensical but hilarious, and that comes in a series of 3. But start with the short stories. The Elephant Vanishes. Read fiction, and also Jane Austen. I didn't throw Jane Austen in here, but seriously, we cannot deny the queen. So Jane Austen, anything Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, Northanger Abbey. Northanger Abbey does not get enough credit. Read Northanger Abbey. Okay, bye. Hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next one.